Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purposes only. And if you want to follow any of our signal, you're very welcome. Please be advised to be on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. So we're gonna start today. Those Normally we start around 10 o'clock, and today now it is 9:42. So maybe we can catch some new signals before 10 o'clock. For the new ones, just to join us, we are using two different automated to trade for this market analyzer, and we are using swing trading, scalping, automated trading. Everything is automated. And then on the signal here, you have an option to go fully automated, like this one here, or you can use an ATM automated to trade. But this one, like this one here, is fully automated based on like what you see in the market analyzer. On the market analyzer, sometimes it's very hard to keep up with all the instruments, and we are all over the place. So you don't have to wait on me. You can look at the left upper corner, and you will get the new signal. And on the new signal, it tells you a new signal, and either the automated take in it, or if you don't have the system, you can take it manually as well. It gives you a new signal. As an example, buy entry 302.50 on the ES, target 306. So we do not just give you the entry, we give you also the exit. And then from the last entry signal, the market analyzer is based on 1 minute. Right now, we are 6 ticks into the profit from the last entry signal. The same story goes on the the Nasdaq. We have an entry at 52.50 a few minutes ago, and the target is 66.25. This one applies also to the forex and stocks as well. So everything is right in front of you, and this is a Russell Nasdaq. We use a 1 minute, and on the fully automated, we use 3 minutes on the full automated. On the ATM, we use um, the 3 minutes, and then we have a new auto trade. Here is an ATM. This is an ES trade, and that ATM, a new auto trade, it is for the zone projection. It is fully automated for the ones they have the subscription. It's not available to the public. It's only for members only. You cannot, for an outsider, you cannot even touch that system here. Um, for Also, we have the scalper. We will be covering the scalping. This is today the scalpers. They are a little bit struggling scalpers, but we can show you some of the scalping right now, and it is the scalping is taking a little chop early this morning, and then we have the swing trading. We will be covering the swing trading. As an example, this is a swing trading on the DAX, also fully automated, and we're still on the same trade where yesterday the same chart made 6,000 euro on one trade, and today we are extremely slow. Uh, when it is slow during the European hours, most of the time in the US session, it will be slow. So today at the European hours, it was a bit slow. On the Russell, the swing trade, and this is the second trade on the Russell. I had one breaking even almost in the second one, but we will cover all this while we are, covering the market, and we will look at the market how this market working today. Uh, for um, for our members, the one have the system, they are already in the trade, and as you see, we are about to hit the target on the ES. where there is a potential also. That's why I like the ATM. There is a good potential to extend the target a little bit above the target, could be at 307. So we're gonna keep our eye on this market. Although a new signal came out around 9:30 in the morning when the markets open, and what is nice about this, I can extend the target on those and see if it is most of the time. Um, most of the time we are done with the trading from 9:45 to 10:45. It is that good, and you don't have to sit all day long uh, uh, hustling with the market all day long, because sometimes the market spikes, you get your money and then you leave. Well, I mean, no use to sit down all day long behind the screen. As we see right now, the ES hit exactly to the target. It says here 13 ticks on that trade, target hit, a reversal, and now it's taking a dive. So the market has already hit the target and it's done. So you can, when you are using an ATM, it is optional, where you can uh, say, okay, you know what, I'm getting out of those trades. Or if you want to, you can stay a little bit longer to see if you want it, but you can take those trades a bit down. And you see, we will figure out if this market there is a little bit more, then we can take those trades out. As we see right now, there is a resistance for most of you are a NASDAQ trader, is 79, 72, 75. This is a hit the target. It's right into the target hit, and it says on the market analyzer, target hit, you nailed $370 based on one contract, two contracts, 710. And as you see here, we have a reversal. Those reversal are not repaint reversal. They are really good. And then you already, the system telling you where to exit. Here is your target. Here is your fib line. Telling you there is a resistance line here. I don't see why you need to stay on that trade any longer, because you're actually done with that trade. As you see, once we hit the target, followed by the fib line on the NASDAQ is 79.73. Maybe it's gonna go one bar up, plus minus. I mean, but it's irrelevant, because we are done. One trade, we are done. Started around 9:30, and those trades are they taken. But we will stay today, and absolutely there is a crude oil inventory, and we will keep our eye on the crude oil inventory. And remind me, Ben, 5 minutes ahead of time. Then I'll give you the numbers where you need to put your trade on the inventory. Sure, no problem on that one. You're welcome, boss. Anyway, at the moment, 425 on the ES on the first trade, 690 Nasdaq, and 570 Russell. You're done. And on the new guys, this new auto trade nailed $7,000 in 1 week on Nasdaq ES. Dow Jones nailed $7,000 this week on the 1 minute. So this is extremely good. It's not available for the public to purchase it, and it will probably never be to the public. It's only for members. But this one here has exceeded the target. Beautiful. You see where is the decision points today, and an early entry on this one here. The signal, we have a new signal on the DAX, as like what you see, new signal buy 531, target 549. Finished, over. We do not call the trade. The trades are in here. There is no double. We are 100% transparent here. Let's examine here the ES. I mean, who would have dreamed last year to enter long on an ES on 3,002? Really, who did? The market is extremely strong, you know. And anyone thinks this market is sinking is out of his mind. Um, we have a very strong president, whether, I mean, the economy is doing well and unemployment doing well. So we don't want to talk politics here against or with, but the market is strong at the end of the day. Whether we are into this favor or that favor is not our business. Our business is trading, and trading. With the trading, the market has been flying and it is very strong. And a lot of people watching the market, even on the stocks. I mean, you see in numbers you never seen before. So I don't know what's ticking it. It's not my business. I don't want to get involved into this section. It's a very dangerous section, but the market is strong at the end of the day. Whether you are on that side or on the other side doesn't matter. It's all about money. So um, we are getting the ES a little bit over the target, and the Nasdaq is not stopping. There is a lot of beef on the. It just hit the target, the Nasdaq, and no veto, no veto. I mean, it's amazing. It's just amazing. Just amazing. Speechless. I'm very impressed. The market is extremely strong. Extremely strong. As you see here on the market analyzer, based on one contract 1 minute, we have 217 ticks into the profit at the moment, 203, 200. So this is really amazing. On the ES 3012, wow. you know sometimes the brain don't accept numbers, but the reality, technically, everything is there in front of you. I never dreamed to see those numbers this year. um, and this is really very strong, very strong, amazing strong. um, um, I mean, I'm speechless. I cannot say anything. The market hits the target. We are one thing I don't like about today, though. I don't like the 30-year Treasury bond. That is going to give you a problem. Why? Normally, uh, it has to be the market in sequence in order for you to trade. And if we notice, Ben on the ES is a buy order long, Nasdaq long doing fine, and YM long. That's very good. Three together on the same direction. But then when we go down to the 30-year Treasury bond, is going with the ES, and it does not make sense because it should be the opposite direction. So one of them is wrong. This is what bothered me. I mean, everything looks nice. You have over a couple $1,000 just an ES Nasdaq Dow Jones beside the others. It is an incredible performance. It's not about that. But what is nagging me right now, we have hit very high, and the 30-year Treasury bond is to the buy-in position, and as you see, is getting extremely strong on that one. And so one of them is wrong. Either the ES, I mean, I can investigate how, where, and look at charts, but now I don't have this luxury to do that when everything is loaded and the YouTube sucking all my internet. But So either this market is done to the upside, you know, and now we're gonna see some profit taken and a pullback, or the 30-year Treasury bond has to change direction. So for the guys are into the trade, our members, you gotta be careful. We have a CL, and please remind me before the inventory 5 minutes because sometimes I forget. And we have um, the 30-year Treasury bond. It is a very strong to the long side, so this is not really healthy to keep going up. So we hit beautiful numbers, very high numbers, and I never thought I will see today those numbers above 309 on the ES, which we did, and that's why the market surprise you every day. They're never the same. And as we see here on the ES, this is very technical auto trade. It's not just, and we can see how it hit the 30, 11, 25 on the Fib, and the target was the system estimated 308.75. On that trade, you made 775. That's fine. This is not like what the market analyzer is. This one here, it is totally fibs, just fibs. You know. So now this is what is on the ES. If we have some profit taken and some drop down, there is a good potential for that ES today. If there is some kind of minor or profit taken today, we're not going to see this ES below the 302 level today. So if there's any pullback, it's going to be to the 302. Exactly, Ben. And that's why you never get bored with the trading. So the pullback on the ES today, at least from now to 12 o'clock, we're not looking under 302. And we hit a very high on the 311.25, confirmed by three reversal signals. We hit the target. So all this indication on that chart is telling me we hit what needs to be hit from now to 12 o'clock. Now we can go ahead and expand it for another bar above the target. We can try it again, the 330, 1125 for today. But whoever was in the trade from 930, he nailed it. And whoever now is trying to get into the market, wait, because you cannot reverse the market at the moment. You cannot trade long anymore. We are at the high in there, and so if you are out of a trade right now, it is extremely dangerous to get in long or short at the moment. So we need a little. Um, we need to get out of that area. Honestly, we need to get out of this area. The market has not cooked up all the way, and there is a good potential for that ES retest the 311.25. And this is extreme high risk if you want to go long from these areas right now. Um, if you are on that trade, you can close one and keep one. That's fine. I can understand you're using one trade as a runner. But to get in right now fresh, I'm not sure you're going to make it. And even if you have an auto trade right now, doesn't matter where that auto trade coming from. Um, I really, I'm not sure if this auto trade right now, if this auto trade, your auto trade gonna take a long trade, is gonna make any sense. I don't know. This is what is the dangers for the example, because for the Russell is still keep going up on the Russell for with the swing trading. On the CL is still taking a trade on the CL, and we don't have any trade on the Nasdaq. We don't have any trade on the ES. This is funny. Actually, there is no trade whatsoever on the ES. This is something else. And that's mean something in there in the market did not meet for that auto trade to take any trade. Nothing wrong with the auto trade. So right now, the CL, this one here under 3 minutes. And there we go. Now, we cover that every day. And I want my trader to be, again, I want to highlight this, please. As you see, we always give you we always give you where is the re-entry point on the pullback. You don't have to do any thinking. And if we wanted to see on the Nasdaq here, we have a support line at 79.65, which it is holding very well. But if there's any pullback on that one here, it's gonna be to the 903.25, and then it is somewhere around there. It will be a re-entry point, you know. So watch this one very carefully. This is where most of the critical area between a long and a short. First, we have the first defense is the support line here, and there is a potential to hold back and keep going long, or if we break that area on the 79.65, we're gonna go back to the re-entry point, and it's right there in front of you, the re-entry point, and there is a number. You don't have to do anything. There is a good potential on the 63.25, you know, and the 63.25 is a re-entry point. So this is very between the 903, you know, and the where is this moving average coming to the second support here? It is a minor support. So between the 63.50 and the 60.50, so we're talking about a couple points here. There's nothing. This is where the most critical area between short and long, because if this Nasdaq break that critical area where I'm showing, that's mean now we are looking for short ones. But it seems like the support line on the 65 level is holding, so we are a long way home from home to think even about reversing this market or going short to this market. So as you see, the market is just pulled back, and the market is going back to retest the 79.73. The AS is just probably is going to go back and retest those high numbers again to see if we can get out of those numbers or not, the 30, 11, 25. So for the guys are not into the trade right now, it is extremely dangerous for you to take a long trade. You just need to wait a little bit, and we can call a short trade for you when it is over. And right now, there is nothing we can do. I cannot call a trade for you in those areas here. It is extremely high. And whoever took that trade, another thing you can see that the trend is about to be done. If we do the drawing here, let me show you on the Nasdaq. If we and that applies to every. If we notice here, the farther is the bars from that line here. Those two lines. The farther this bar is from these lines, the stronger the trend is. But now it got broken and came in to the line, you know. So this is a very, very important area, because if this Nasdaq break that line, Now we start gonna be see sell out, profit taking, and that is gonna ignite this market to go to the downside. However, if this market holding in this area here, this is a very critical area right there, as you see, then we are have a good potential for this market then to go ahead and ignite up, and this is that's why I said for the guy is trying to auto trade in this area here, where it's touching the bar is touching that line, can go either direction, and this is where the critical area, you need to keep your eye on it, and they are very effective, so we're getting closer to this moving average. That's mean when the bars start touching that moving average, now we are talking about fatigue in the trend, and now it starts sinking bit by bit. So if this market kept going like this, now we are very far from the line. So this is a really critical area here, and we'll see how this market is gonna play us. On the ES, hit the target, and nothing has been done after we hit the target. The ES has hit. This one is only vague, but after we hit the target, nothing really happened. Pull back, and we are still on the target. The system has calculated where you need to exit with the system. So there is nothing at the moment to enter except wait until a proper place, and then we will find you. Once the trend is over, we will find an entry to the opposite direction, because there is nothing. It is an extreme high risk to take a long trade in those areas at the moment. So at the moment, absolutely. Gary, thank you very much, by the way, for your message yesterday. Yes, the crude within 20 minutes, and I want to say, Gary is one of the traders I have a lot of respect for, and he has been trading for 30 years. And I would like you to share his. How long you been a member, Gary? 6 months, 7 months? This is Gary message yesterday, or I think, or today. Uh, 6 months. You've been a member for 6 months. Okay. In my 30 years trading and buying many systems, the BBT is still by far is the best. Is unbelievable, Sam. Thank you. Gary, it's not the system itself, is who's driving the system. I can give that system to a guy who don't know how to trade, and or uh, overload his ninja trader. He is all over the place and turn on 20 auto trade, and he's not looking at the market, and he can crash everything. It's not just the system, Gary, because you've been around, so you appreciate what is good, what is bad, and you keep your ninja trader clean and you trade. um, I can give that system to somebody else, and he can crash it, and he can say the system is not good. And that's why yesterday in my comments I have zero tolerance for a naive trader. Have $2,000. They want to make $2,000 every day. I become bored with that. type of traders, and that's why yesterday I recommend those guys to go somewhere else. I don't want to have them anymore because they make noises for nothing, and and they ruin many years of hard work. Because a guy like now, you're telling him don't auto trade. We are at the high area, and a guy come in want to auto trade here right now. He's not gonna say I didn't look at the market. He's just gonna say the auto trade didn't make money. Okay, so for the guy came in and a trade at around 935, 940, he was walking away with 2,000. Here is another guy that have the same system, come in at 10, 12, want to auto trade, and probably he will get into big mess. One guy says the auto trade make money, the other guy is gonna say it didn't make money. But they don't say I did not do my homework. They forget to say that. So that's why we are very uh, pulled back to let anyone just for the fun of it, he wanted to be in the market. Um, there is a lot of car salesmen out there that will be happy to have him, you know. So let's go back to the trading. Um, if we noticed on the Nasdaq, guys, because most of you like Nasdaq, after we hit the target, we have a fib line here, and here is the target, and nothing has happened. The same thing on the ES. After we hit the target, nothing has happened. 20 minutes ago, we are in the 240 ticks average profit based on one contract, 1 minute, the market analyzer, and we're still on the 240 plus minus 10 ticks. So the market is holding stand still. There is nothing right now. So whoever come in now want to pick up a trade, you might get lucky and get 10 ticks here and there, but is it smart trading? No, it's not. We don't decide when we wanted to trade. The market decide for us. There we go. We have a buyer. When you see this one blinking, that means there is a buyers on the wagon. I don't know where those buyers coming from, but we have a buyers coming in. So we'll see if this is a false alarm or not. Because also there is a lot of tricks with the buying and selling. They can put an order and dismiss it millisecond before, just to buy a few seconds in the market. So some of them, this is a dirty job, but somebody do it, and I don't know. But if we notice, guys, for the ones got this new update, if we notice on the Russell, now it is 1014, we already hit the first institutional target on the Russell, which is 15627. So this is a very important, and the institutional numbers today on the ES is right in front of you. It's 30, 15, 25 today at 12 o'clock. So this is a very interesting to see if those guys, they're gonna yank it to the 30, 15. This is an institutional numbers, and this is very interesting to see if those guys are able. There is a buyers, and see if they are able to take it to the. But I think it's a very early right now. It's 10:15, and those numbers should be between 11 and 12. So this is very interesting to see if those guys are taking the target one and the target two. Uh, those are the targets for today, institutional, but it's too early to hit it. It should be hit between 11 and 12. Now it is to drive every retailer crazy. It's going to go up and down till you lose all your money. I think that's what happened in here. What we have here, the Russell. Let me see the Russell. Okay, we have a pullback on the Russell. And watch the Nasdaq, guys. Watch the Nasdaq here on the 7908. 7908. This is our re-entry point right there. And the secondary entry is 65. If this market go below 65, that's mean we are going south with the Nasdaq. It's finished. So this is why I'm taking it a little bit down to see if we are breaking the 65, it's finished. So we are going to get a new signal as a sell signal. And of course, we will let you know when we get the new signal. I doubt it. Look at this. Between that re-entry point and that line here, you see this line here? In conjunction with the fib line, I'm sure you can see it from the YouTube. Between that number and that number, this is a key for every market. You see? And as you see now, the Nasdaq looked like a clock, pulled back. So that's why we call it, folks, re-entry point. Where those guys, they are using a black box, MACDs, ATRs, all those nonsense. By now, their MACDs, ATRs, momentum, all this is telling him to go down and take short because it's following the market. While they are taking a short, you are sitting here when every retailer taking a short because his indicator by now is telling him go short. When every retailer going short, you're sitting here taking long. You are doing the opposite what those amateur traders doing. Very simple, And so you are, to our members, you are a few steps ahead, and you don't need to be a brilliant guy or an expert to see where is this line as a re-entry and this line. It takes you a week or two to get the habit of it, to pay attention on the chart, but don't need a brainer to see that line, and you don't need to pay anyone to call a trade for you because everything is on the chart. You just follow the chart. I don't want you to come out with your own story to the chart. It's there in front of you, the entry, the exit, the trail and the stop, the pullback, the re-entry, and then we have early predictions by the other systems also when it's going to be finished with that trade. And this is another trick for you guys when you are trying to use those fibs as an automated trade. You nailed $900 on that trade. I can close it. This is very tricky. And I tell you what, we are going to close it. And I'm going to show you because now I'm going to close it. There's almost $1,000 on that trade. I'm going to close it. I'm going to have the auto trade telling me when to enter on a reversal once this trend to the long side is over. So what I will do, I will go ahead and close it. Is a $900 trade. I'm done with it because it's not going to give you the new signal if it's a trade-in. So now I close that. Okay, I don't know. Um, I have no clue what's going on in the market. I don't know when to reverse the market, Sam. That's fine. You don't know. I'm too emotionally disturbed. That's very fine. Me too. Trust me. I become emotionally disturbed too. So I don't know. And I don't have the brain like me. I don't have a brain to think when I need to reverse. So what we do, we close this one. We made $900 on the ES. We're done. We are in that trade here on the ES. Fair enough. I don't know where to exit. It says target. I can exit. This is telling me at the target I need to exit, but I'm greedy. I want to stay on that trade. That's fine. So right now, what I will do, I will have this auto trade here give me the new signal where I'm going to short this market on a reversal. So now I'll leave it open on this one here. I close it on a $900 trade. I still have a trade in here. I'm a bit greedy. I want to go to the institutional target today, 30.15. But I would like to see if there is some kind of short trade here. I want to know. So I will consider what to do with my trade. So what I will do, I will leave it on the side and wait till this one give me an early prediction. When this market is over, then this guy here, I don't need to have a brain. When he takes the trade, then I know this party is over to the long side. I don't need to, this is the things is I don't have to be a brilliant trader to walk my way around the market. But in 9 minutes, okay, sir. But Gary, remind me 3 minutes before or 4 minutes before, please, on the CL. So, yes, sir. Everybody waiting on the CL. So you see, guys. So I can rely on the other signal or the other auto trade to tell me if I need to exit from those trades or not. So right now, trust me or not, when this guy is gonna fire a short, I will call it for you, and we will close those trades, and we start following the opposite direction. So you will be the first one in line to start short in this market before anybody else, and under calculation, not because you have a feeling it's going to be a good short. So let the algorithm, let the math do it for you. So the guys, they want me to call the CL for them. I have not been looking on the CL. Oh, it's a bit hard today. It's a 10:23. Hmm. Okay, guys. Here is your numbers for the CL. Um, Limited. Uh, how many minutes left, Gary? A limited buy at 57.36. 57.36 limited buy. 57.19 limited short. Limited short. Again, limited short 57.19. Limited buy 57.36. The situation on the CL is a bit hard today, but those are your magic number on the CL. Now it is 24. Put those numbers couple minutes before the come out, not 5 minutes before, 2 minutes, 3 minutes before the signal come out. Okay, we'll wait on the CL, and there is still 5 minutes, and I give you those numbers for the CL, and I'm gonna go grab a coffee. I'll be right back. Thank you. How many of you took that trade? You see, we hit the target one, and now it is 10:30. Pull back, and you exit. How many of you took that trade? I need to know. New signal on the 6E sell, new signal on the gold sell. I need to know. Good. We have a lot of people wait on the CL to give him those numbers. 70 ticks in the profit or $70 in the profit, Mr. Lorenzo? Good. Ben, yes, positive news on the CL. You can see it immediately on the chart. You're very welcome, folks. You're very welcome. To our guys, do you remember? Look, when we had the target from 10 o'clock, we hit the target on the ES. You remember what we have said? And everything we say is documented, and it is on the everything we say is on the video. You can go back to it. So we are 100% transparent here. We are very comfortable with ourselves. We don't need to do this banana trading. But if you go back to this video, we have mentioned that the ES is about done, and we have the target one should hit between 11 and 12, and it seems like they're gonna go for it. And you have a target one and target two on your chart, and it seems like they are gonna climb. Final destination for that ES until 12 o'clock is where it says target two and target one, and it is finished on that. So there is, and then you are done for today, so now we are. Yeah, and so we will see what happened, but right now we are 319 ticks based on one contract. And one thing, I'm still keeping my eye when this auto trade is gonna give us the short trade, and that will be interesting to see. So I can work those two against each other to see when it is going to be short on this auto trade, and then we'll take it from there. So don't expect anything any more above the 1925 until 12 o'clock. So On the Nasdaq, we're gonna have an early warning on the Nasdaq. Your target, the institutional, is 8,000, and it is finished. So now we have to deal with the 9075 here. It is a problem for the Nasdaq. If you're on the Nasdaq trade, you have to keep your eye on this 9075. But final destination 9975. A profit taken at 12 o'clock, between 11 and 12. And believe me or not, if we're gonna climb to those target, I don't care if you are auto trade or you have 30 years experience or 50 years experience. The market is done for 12 o'clock. It's done. You cannot get hair out of a bull-headed man when there is no movement in the market. You're not gonna get any more takes. It's done. It's done. It's over. We do not decide when to take a trade. We do not decide or make rules for the market. The market don't care about our rules. I hear that very often by somebody want to drag traders to the room because they have rules, they have secrets, uh, all this empty talk. The market is gonna do what the market is gonna do, and you have to be good Christian, taking it as is. When you get beat up or when it gives you money, it's the same thing, you know. So now we are on the CL. Is it different on the CL? We are finished on the CL. Once we hit the 57.67, there is nothing left on the CL. Dump the CL. It's finished. 57.67 is going to be profit taken. It's 10.17. It's too early, but it is finished. Now, for the ES, it seems like they are going to climb to this institutional number is 30.15. And it will be playing you back and forth until between 11 and 12. And then we hit the profit taken at 30.15. On the same thing here, the target 2 on the Russell is going to come very soon at 65 and then get it over with. The Nasdaq is going to be the first runner to those institutional. You only worry about target 1, target 2. Target 3 is not for between 10 and 12. The target 3 is for the afternoon session. So on the morning session, you only have to worry about target 1 and target 2. Leave the target 3 out of it. As you see here with the Nasdaq came in, the target 2 is 57.68, and we have a double resistance, profit taken. The CL, kiss it goodbye, is done. The CL is done from now to 12 o'clock. Kiss it goodbye, is finished. Whoever is still on that trade with the CL, kiss it goodbye, is done. Here is the profit taken number, and we have a double resistance. You're done with that instrument. Now, now we are about to dump everything on the Nasdaq, and there is no more trade, guys. Not even an auto trade. Not even nothing. Once we hit this number, you're done, and it's right there in front of you, 99.50 or 99.75. You're done with that. I promise you. And I'll make a bet with anyone can make $1 after that. To all our traders, I'll make a bet with you on $100. You just go ahead and make a bet with me if you can earn one dime after we hit this number. Now we are climbing on target 1 on the ES as expected between 11 and 12. That's it. Kiss this market goodbye until after 12 o'clock. We're done. Watch this 8,000 level on the Nasdaq. You close at 99.50 or 99.75, and kiss it goodbye. It's done. The CL is finished because the target 2 is 57.67, and this is it. There is nothing in there. You're done. The Russell, it is 56.6, and you're done. Dump it. It's all now. It is a closing positions, guys. There is nothing we can do anymore on those markets. You can keep magnify the CL from now till tomorrow. It's finished. Now, we are done with all those. We're done, guys. Close everything. We're done. If you are on the ES trade, you might gonna get lucky between 11 and 12. It close at 30.50. I'm sorry, at the 30.15, but we are done. You know, look what happened to the CL, because we have a double resistance and we have target two, and anything above that is a play. Anything above that is a just hot air balloon, and doesn't make any sense anymore on those. Now, my main interest, we nailed 875 on the ES. We got one bar above the target is irrelevant. But now what I want to know really, I want to show the traders. Now the other auto trade is looking for the reversal signal, and this one works between the fib lines, and this is really amazing to see when that auto trade is taking a short on those area here. And then we know that's mean we need to start closing positions on the other system. So for the guys are having the system on their chart, you put this 1 minute, the blue chart and the dark chart together, and we will see how uh, 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 those auto trades can give you the opposite signal direction. And it is a matter of time before that the black one calculate where you need to go short on this market, because it's done to the long side. Absolutely, it's done and over. CL, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, they're done. It's finished. It's over. So um, there is no more long trade. Good luck with long trade. So I'll keep my eye on it. I have it right in front of me on the other screen, and I'll let you know when this ES is going to give us the reversal signal. For Look at the CL, right, right where we expected. What we need in the future trading is understand where this market going, not following the market, trying to understand where is our limitation. If we want to take a trade on the pullback re-entry on the CL, where I'm going to exit. If I want to invest 10 ticks on the CL or 15 ticks on the CL, I need to know where I need to exit. You know, so we don't just push the button and hoping we go with the trend, and we don't know where is our destination. This is wrong. So the CL, as we said, dump it, guys. The ones we're done, and profit taken here, right there at this number, and it is over. Is on the Russell 65.6, and here there is a pullback coming to the 80.25. If you would like to scout the market and try your luck to enter one more time on the long side on the Nasdaq, you can take it from 79.80. And you see the scalpers are still taking a pullback re-entry long. Amazing. This is really amazing. So we are 347, 348 ticks into the profit. Oh, I'll let you know, Gary. Yes, sir. I will absolutely. You're not the only one. There is a lot of people that want to get in on the short side with the ES. And the minute we get the short trade, I will let you know. Absolutely. Gary, where do you think this ES going? You see those numbers here on the market analyzer, those are your trailing stop one and trailing stop two, which you have to be careful with those, because on the trailing stop one and trailing stop two, we have the 3008.25. The trailing stop one is right there, and 37.50 is the second one. This is a major, this one is a minor. You can see those numbers on the market analyzer. So if there is any drop down right now on the ES, you can always pick it up from the 30085, you know, for at this moment. Where this NASDAQ is going exactly where we have covered. It's coming to this area 79.25 as a pullback re-entry. There is no short here at the moment. There is no short. There is no short. So this is really amazing. Understand where is the pullback re-entry, where is the target, where you need to exit, and when you need to stay out of that market. Those are your bread and butter tools to make a living, you know. And let the auto trade take that trade, and you just manage it by understand what's going on in the market and understand when you need to stop any auto trade, whether it's from us or somebody else. You need to know when to stop an auto trade and when to start, and when not even to come near the auto trade when the market is a chop, because on the chop days the auto trades can kill you, you know. So sadly, a lot of people thinks uh, an auto trade is an auto trade, and an auto trade is a machine calculation. And when there's a chop, you cannot get hurt with that. So as you see right now, the scalpers, the every single trade on the scalper is in red. You see? Look, we are aware of this market is done. You know, we have explained for the last hour it is over and close all positions. And now your scalpers start eating banana. And now every single trade now is gonna wipe up your profit because you don't understand it is over. You don't understand it's over. You still those guys, they send us a question. Can I order? Can I auto trade 24/7? Yeah, right, 24/7. So it is over, and that's why to those guys they send a request about if our auto trade work 24/7. That indicate that guy don't know anything about the market. He have zero. He could be behind a computer for 20 years, but he have zero experience with the trading, because there is no such a thing 24/7 in any trading, or not even in a bank trading where they have 30 IT men sitting in the other room adjusting the auto trade constantly, and they cannot trade 24/7. And here is a guy want to buy a couple $1,000 auto trade, and he want to trade 24/7. That is not going to happen, guys. What you see in those commercials, good luck. Go ahead and try them. And this is exactly what we have said on the. Now we are closing the Russell. We don't want the Russell anymore. And this is the key point on the NASDAQ. This is where the re-entry point, or either make it or break it. So as you see, also we close the CL. We are done with the CL. And we have told you from that area here, close your CL. It is over with the CL. So this market, you can see it right under your eyes. It is right now 1050. and whoever took a trade today made money, and who is trying now to solve his problem, he's just gonna dive into big pile of mud in here, and so I'm gonna let it close, the CL close, the Russell close, and the Nasdaq. This is a key, guys. This is a key right there. That's why we have collected on those auto trade like this one here. Oh, this guy was done a long time ago. Look at this trend. Wow. You know, we gave you the short long only. So right now on the, if you are using an auto trade, I will direct that auto trade to take short only. I don't want it to go long. And it seems like we're about to have a signal, profit taken, and it is finished. So, well, we will give you short signals right now. We closing everything. Very important key on the Nasdaq here. If the Nasdaq, you see, this is again, guys, look at this Nasdaq. This is again the same story. I've been covering it many times. You see, Lorenzo, when I was on your computer yesterday, I teach you a couple of tricks, and look at this. It's the same number again, and the Nasdaq stopped right there. So let's see what the ES is going to do. Once you understand how those market works, uh, trade and become enjoyable, comfortable, feeling good about yourself, and not nervous. So this is the Nasdaq, the breaking point on the Nasdaq, and you can see how this Nasdaq stopping right there. You know, again, the same thing we have explained to our members half an hour ago on the Nasdaq. It's the same story here, folks. What you do, this is on any instruments, and this is not a black indicator. Let me show you why it's not a black indicator. If you look at the Russell, it's one straight line. It's telling you the re-entry point is 58.2. Look at it. It's one straight line. This one is a different line. You know, this one here, right now, there is no re-entry point. On the ES, the key is 88.50. On the Nasdaq, is different. So those are not, they're very clever measuring the previous highs and lows and all the fibs together and put in one number for you. This is a very clever calculation. No one have it. No one have it on any platform. So if we look at this Nasdaq, for the last 5 minutes is sitting on that number because it is a key, followed by a strong support area here. So where I need to put my short trade on the Nasdaq is right there, right here. In order for me to take a short trade on the Nasdaq, it has to be below the 70, 75. Because if you are taking a short in here, your odds winning that trade is 1 out of 10. And as you see, the Nasdaq sitting right at the key for that market, for that instrument, is keys, numbers. It's math. And for me, Lorenzo, go ahead and take a long right there on the Nasdaq on a sim. and take a long on the sim right there, and be quick about that trade. Oh, thank you for telling me that, Gary. I'm sorry I didn't pay attention. There is a short trade or sell. I would not take. I would not. The YM is irrelevant to this market. If I wanted to take the YM, I need to see the ES and the Nasdaq on the same direction before I look at the YM. And and we're gonna drag this one here. Anything below the 71 is short. Is finished. And I'm gonna close it right there. Until now, the ES has not taken a short trade. Look, I'm watching it to see if we are able to take a short trade, and that auto trade has not taken any short trade. This is very interesting one. Okay, we'll let you know when it goes short. As we see, for those folks that think they can trade 24/7, and as you see now, the scalper is losing. It was a little over 2,700, and now it is 1,900. And just start giving up your profit, and your profit start getting eat up little at the time until you start getting to zero, and then it's in red. Why? Not because of the auto trade, no sir, because the market is not accepting any trades anymore. It is now, it's going from long to short, and there is a lot of volatility, there is a lot of turbulence in the market. And at the moment, is can the market go either direction, can go short or a pullback re-entry. You are at the very critical area with the stock market at the moment, and you cannot beat the market in those area here. It can go both of direction, and that's why we do not call it trades in this area here. Is, as you see right now, the Nasdaq is in this transaction between the the true average price, and you have the fib line right there, and we have not broke the technical point to go short. So as you see right now, the market is in two direction, and we have no idea. And there we go. It just surprised you, Lorenzo. Welcome to trading. And now start getting the Nasdaq momentum and the ES momentum. And as you see, you're not in charge with the market. And that's why when you are see those steps here and trading normal indicator, now all your indicator pointed to the short side, and there is no short yet. So this is an extremely critical area. And for the CL traders asking me where I need to go in on a trade, you are a long way from home on the CL, sir. You are a long way from home. If you wanted to take a short trade on the CL, Here is my problem with the CL. If you want to continue after we trade on the CL, I can give you where the short trade on the CL is going to be somewhere around 57.16. This is the technical area. But then you have a major support line in this area here, and then you have an extreme support area here. So for the CL to be comfortable with that trade, don't look anything. Once this market starts sinking in below the 57.24, you are in a turbulence here, all the way to the 57.6. You cannot mess with this area here. This is for boot area, for boot. This is a prohibited area to trade for this uh, to trade in this area between 57.23 all the way down to 57.05. You should not be touching the CL. The only time you can start taking a trade on the CL, it has to be at 57.03. This is where, which we are about to have a new signal on the CL right now. But in order for you to take this trade, you need to put it at 57.03. This is where you need to take the short trade, 57.03, folks. This is an extremely hard area for the CL to break the. So we need to see. We are about to have a short trade on the on the on the Nasdaq, and we are about to have a short trade on the ES, and we are about to have a short trade. Oh, we already have the short trade. I'm sorry. He told me about it, but I forgot. Ben, I think, told me. So on the okay, everybody is start taking a new signal ES, new signal Nasdaq, a new signal CL. The CL, you should not take it there. You should take it at 57.04, limited order 57.04 on the. Because of this hard area, you need to put a limited area on the 57.04 on that one. ES is going straight with the wall. You need to put a limited order. I would not take this straight on the. It is extremely clumsy trade on the ES. Do not take the ES signal. I tell you why. The signal is laying right at the 305. You have extreme major support area in here. The Autotrade took it. He did what they're supposed to do. And then you have followed by 303. I would not take that ES trade. I will waive it. I will waive the ES trade. It is a trouble market for the ES. If I wanted to trade the ES, I will take the alternative at the moment, either the Nasdaq limited order or CL limited order at 57.03 or 57.04, a limited order on the CL, and this is more valid than the ES. The ES is a trouble. You have 4 lines support between 304 all the way to 305. It's extreme heavy area, and 303.75. It is a heavy area. So you're gonna be making a lot of trouble, and then followed by 301 until we hit the target and final destination is 301. So it does not pay off for me to trade the ES, even if the Autotrade has taken that trade. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know the 30-year Treasury bond is going with the ES direction. So if you have not taken any trade, you put a limited order right now on 69.25 limited short trade, and you put on the CL 5704. Those the only two valid trade I have on those two. And this is funny, Gary. That system did not take any short trade. Did not. Stayed out of it. Brilliant. I don't want to trade now. And this is, I love it when an auto trade can filter trouble. That is the difference between a good auto trade and a bad auto trade. Not the money, is how to stay out of that business when this business is in trouble. That's what I call a good auto trade. Not a fake PDF and a fake performance can be altered within 5 minutes. All this crap. No, this is what I like about auto trade. I don't care if the auto trade take one trade a day and make it $20 and stay out of trouble, then lose $1,000 and you don't know what you're doing. So the ES, I will advise my traders to stay out of it. The Nasdaq, it is valid at the 69 level, short trade. The CL is valid at 5704 or 5703. Limited. Everything is limited order. Sell position, limited order. What else we have? There is not much going on. Let it be. Do not go get in a lot of trouble with the Nasdaq. If the Nasdaq or ES going against you, you just let it be. Get rid of that trade, and go ahead and put the limited order. Sell again at the same number right there. You see. So if you are going, don't go too far with the stop loss. 10 ticks, 15 ticks, and if the market did go the opposite direction, don't drag to $200 losses or $300 losses. This is crazy. What you do, you get rid of it, you dump it, and you put a new sell order at the same number. If this number going back down again, you will be getting filled on the way down. If this market decide to go up, we can always dismiss that trade. This is this way you keep your money to yourself and you don't suffer a lot. As an example, the ES, you know what? I'm not going to be carrying a lot of losing trades on the ES. I can get rid of those trades like what I have done right now. And that's what is the beauty about that. And I can go ahead and put a sell order again right at the sell order. But as I said, guys, on the ES, because of those lines, you're not gonna able to make any trades on the ES. You're gonna get in trouble with the ES. And the technical area for the CL is 5703, 5704. Anything above that number, I will not go short with it. And this is what we'll do on the CL as well. I will be closing those trades. And I will put a sell order right there. If you really want to start being a professional or start being more, and the NASDAQ, it will be right there. I already put my orders in there. I don't need anymore to look at the market, and this is it. If this market continue going down, I will be the first one to be picked up. And if this market keep going up, I will get a new signal to take a new trade and dismiss that trade. So this is how you need to look at it, guys. NASDAQ. There we go. No headache. And I want you to see what is the difference. And please, guys, even when you're auto trade, take a trade. Immediately, I spotted this ES is not gonna go anywhere because there is a heavy support line. I'm putting this sell stop loss to show you. But should I take a trade on the ES? No, because it's not gonna make it. There is too much trouble on the ES, even if able to break this very hard, thick wall at the 305. The minute we break it, we are bumped into new wall at 303.75. And then we're going to be going to another problem at 301 for us to hit the target final destination 3075. So is it worth it to take a trade for 4 point and take a high risk? No. But if you're really insistent on taking a trade on the ES, this is more logic to take it at 304.50 than to take it then on a 305.75. It makes a hell of a difference. Why? Because it's the same story on the others one. There is where is the support resistance line, and this is where we are expecting this market to be projected. And if I want to really to take the ES, it has to be below this hard condition area. So, folks, that's all what we have for today. And I want to say thank you very much for all the support, all the comments. And we will be coming tomorrow, the same. I'll try my best to come at 10 o'clock. And before 10 o'clock, open up. And does any of our traders have a very good, Ernest? Stay on it. And like what I told you, Ernest, if you don't let the market goes too much against you. You know, if the market went against you, we don't need to spend too much money in losses. Then you close it and you go back and put it at the same number again. The same thing what we have done with the Nasdaq. Those are the keys. You know, you don't have to start chasing the market up and down. You just, if this market goes against you, I mean, I don't need to carry $200 losing a trade from here to here, you know. But what I want to do, if this market going back decide to drop to the direction, then I will be the first one to be picked up, you know. This is an easy way, but of course there is a re-entry. We can enter from here, but I'm trying to make it simple for you. Uh, Little at the time, I will stick it to you and show you where you can re-enter the market on a much different areas. But what we are trying to do is simplify your entry, and I don't want you to get under the heavy technical stuff. So what you do, you if the market going against you, you close it after 10 ticks, 15 ticks, and you go back and put the order and you wait. However, if this Nasdaq changes from sell to open to long trade, I have nothing. Then I can dismiss this one, and the auto trade will take the long signal. If this market fell and this market decide want to drop down, I'm sitting at the right place, you know. So what it is, you are taking the advantage of both of direction, and you have the both. Um, like if we wanted to do the same on the CL, we can do the same on the CL. We don't need to go. Don't ever give the market too much stop loss. Don't. If the CL trying to play with you, go back and you put it at that number. This is it. Again, this is it. I prefer to lose 10 ticks, 15 ticks, and stay firm on here. And if we got a long signal, then we go with the long signal and then we recover immediately on that. So this is the way it is, you know. But right now, 11:15, and the market is in a big mess. And look at this, guys. You can see immediately from the market analyzer, we had over 300 ticks into the profit, Ernest. And now we are down and everything is in red. And that tells you the market is got into the chop immediately and there is nothing you can do. So that's why we tell those folks you cannot trade 24/7 because you're going to win some, you're going to lose some all day long and generating empty, going in the circle for nothing. So here is the difference. Yes, it's a chop, you know, it is a very chop. And whoever took advantage of the 300 takes, I'm not expecting you to make the 300 takes. Let's say out of those 300 takes, you made 50 takes, okay? Uh, you trade in one ES, one NASDAQ, one Dow Jones, you nailed the 50 takes. Then it is over, Ernest. You cannot keep sitting on the gambling table. And now it is in red. And is it something wrong with the system? No. You know, it is the market got into chop business. When you get into the chop market like this, and it's coming between, here's the problem. When the market is turning around between short and long, there is a gray area. And this gray area, if you don't recognize it, you get in trouble and you start losing money. You know, so now we are in this gray area. The market is going left and right. It was trending beautifully this morning, and now 11:17, and the market is just spending in the circle. That tells you, Ernest, this is not your play. You're done. You know, you can try your luck in the afternoon, but I prefer to take one or two trades in the morning and call it off because I don't know in this afternoon the market is going to stay in a circle or it's going to ignite another 100 ticks. I don't know. But I know one thing, if I stay modest with my trade and not taking a risk, because every time you're taking a trade, you're taking a higher risk. If I made money today, 50 ticks, 5 ticks, 10 ticks, 30 ticks, cannot be the same every day. You say, okay, I'm done for today. You know, move on, stay out of trouble, you know. So for the CL, what happened on the CL? Came in, pulled back on the same resistance level, Ernest. What happened here? This is the same thing happened yesterday, Ernest. The CL got stuck between a support and a resistance. You see that, sir? Look at this. Can you see? Got stuck between those two lines. It's doing nothing. So I'm sitting here waiting on that line. If this market broke out to the downside, I will take that trade again, you know, and get recovered immediately with it. And again, what happened with the Nasdaq? The Nasdaq went all the way up to the trailing stop one, which we have an auto trade for trailing stop 1 and 2. You do have it on a pullback re-entry. I cannot activate every auto trade here, but it came in exactly where it's supposed to, and now it's going down to where we have the entry. So if this market decides to go short today, I have it waited ready on taking the trade. And it is stress-free. It is stress-free. The system telling me where to go short, and this is where I want to go short, and it is finished. You know, if this market decide to go up and get a new signal, Ernest, the auto trade is going to pick it up. And if the system decided to go short, then I can take this one short. Look, Gary, this did not take any trade. This auto trade did not take any trade on the way down. Did not. What we have done something very smart to this one. When there is a signal, does not take any signal. It goes to different calculation, and then we either let it take that trade or we waive that trade, you know. And what happened on that area here on this ES has waived that trade and did not take that trade. Very smart. Did not responded to this drop. Very smart. And this is the same auto trade made $1,000 on the way up, you know, but it did not responded to the short side at all. Fine, fair enough. Everybody happy. So now it seems like this market is going back. For the ES traders, a lot of trouble on the ES. Look at this. Folks, this is going to require, this one here is going to require a lot of sales to break all this. This is extremely, look at this. Require a lot of sell in order for us to break it. I mean, you need to have heavy orders. And this is the problem, Ernest, right now. This is an extreme support on the ES. I doubt it if this ES able to break all this. This is extreme heavy area, require a lot of sell orders in there. And if this one here did not break it, it's gonna make a lot of problems for the Nasdaq and the YM. It's gonna make a lot of Nasdaq. As you see, look at this. Now it's pulling back, and this is causing problem for the Nasdaq and the YM. You know, they work in sequence. You know, you cannot do anything about it. So when we log off, if you want to trade the Nasdaq, guys, mark it on your chart. Make sure that this ES can break all this. Because now if this Nasdaq drop into this area here, Ernest, and took that trade, and this ES has failed to break all those thick walls in here, this one here is going to cause a problem for you on the Nasdaq traded. So it is, what is the chances on the Nasdaq trade right now? It is a high risk. It's an aggressive, high risk trading. You know, there is a big difference. Okay, you see, Ben, now we got the buy signal on the 30-year Treasury bond. So there is a big difference between when you are trending and the market is smooth. We can predict it from the market analyzer, and then when you not by my rules, but when the market is in sequence and no trouble like now we have, your trade is 8 out of 10 a winner. Right now your Nasdaq trade is going 50-50. Why? Because now we are taking a higher risk on that Nasdaq trade because of the ES. If we look at the ES trade, it is require tons of sell orders to break all those thick walls. It's gonna take a lot of orders for us to break 305 25, 305 304.75. We need to break all those, then follow by 304.25. So we have too many support area for that ES to penetrate, and that is going to have an impact on. Look at this now. If you noticed, Ernest, look how those numbers or those lines are extremely close to each other. Look at this. You see, on the YM, this is very tight when the numbers are getting very close to each other. It is very tight. And watch the CL, the ones, once we put the sell order below all this mess here, you see, this is a very big mess. Once we put this sell order right there, and you can see how clean it is all the way to the 56.68. This is a trouble right there. That's why I said, guys, trading without the fibs, I will not invest $1 in this business, you know. So we took the first trade on the CL, and the CL made a mess and went back to the trailing stop one. I don't need to carry big stop loss. I will get rid of it, and I will go back and put a sell order here, and immediately I recover from my bad trade. You see? Now look at this one, folks. Look at this one. The ES couldn't break. You see? Couldn't break that area here. What happened to the NASDAQ? So should I really risk trade on the NASDAQ here? You are up $850, Ernest. Okay, then close your computer and go home. I'm sitting here and only traded the crude for $850. That's very good, Ernest. You know, now we are getting into the job. So call this CL the less trade for you. And Gary 20 takes on the CL when we called it. Okay, that's nice. So Ernest, this one here, if we look on when you are trading, guys, you cannot say I only trade NASDAQ, CL, whatever. I find the CL is cheaper. And sometimes, let's say, especially for those guys that want to auto trade. Okay, now I just came in and I'm looking at this market. I see a big mess in the market and I want to auto trade. Okay. If I'm looking at that chart here and I can see how those lines are close to each other, do you think I'm crazy enough to turn on the auto trade on the YM? No. This is a really big mess. This is one big pile of mud. Should I dive into it? No, sir. When I'm looking at the ES, I want to auto trade. Should I let the auto trade lose by himself and let him take short and long as he like? No, no, because there is no short on that one. I can direct that auto trade to take long only or short only or stay out of trouble. You pose it, and now it's posed. Keep running, but it's not gonna take any trade. And then when you come back, you can say, okay, now you continue. So uh, again, for the auto trade, the guys that want to auto trade 24/7 and a server and find a company, give them money and all that. Before you start doing all this, your foundation is wrong. You need to build a foundation, and you need to look at this market. Is it tradable before I turn on my auto trade? 95% of the auto traders, guys, they just turn on the auto trade without looking at the market. Any guy right now when I auto trade and using any system out there, he's looking for trouble. He's not looking for money. I guarantee you that much. And it is a really problem when you're trying. Yesterday we talked about this for 1 hour. We received a call by one guy. It seems like we didn't say anything. Yeah, but that's how it is. So there is no trade on the ES. and this one here, call it off. Now it's 11:30. No trade on the Nasdaq, and the CL is a winner, and the YM is one big total mess. And actually, you need to close this mess right at the projection. A new signal 30-year Treasury bond sell 154.23, and that is not going to help the ES Nasdaq to go down. So now we have a set to go down. It's going to go up. There we go. Look at this. You know, guys, I will not be surprised. You know, the Nasdaq right now before 12 o'clock, because we told you about the target one, target two. It's going to come at 12. You know, those guys, they can move the market. I will not be surprised if those guys, they're going to nail those targets before 12 o'clock. I really will not be surprised. They hit it once. I don't know if they're going to be hitting it twice. So this is a very interesting day. So as you see, Ernest, you made $850 on the CL today, and it's like a highway, open all the way. Now the system is telling me the target, Ernest, is 56.67. This is one system, but here there is a double support, which, trust me, take my bet for it. This is gonna rebound from the 56.73. So where should I put the buy-in order on this? Here's my target. This is what my system telling me. This is where the auto trade is gonna be taking a trade, and it's gonna exit those trades on that number. But common sense telling me it is going to be right here. You know, right one tick above the extreme support area. You know, oh man, this market look nasty, really nasty. Now we are in red, really nasty market. Today on the you know, it is funny. Until now, we still don't have a trade on the fib line with the ES. Brilliant. Because I personally don't want to trade the ES. And the auto trade, this one here, the fibs auto trade, took the trade on the Russell immediately, and took the trade short on the Nasdaq. Okay, so there is no long trade on the Nasdaq. Okay. It is one big mess. There is only the CL working, and the target is 56.75. No matter what you're gonna do with the ES, it's gonna make you lose money. Whether you are auto trading, manual trading, whatever trading you call it, swing trading, scalping, your ES is gonna whack your account, guaranteed. Your account is gonna break down. It is amazing. Once you sit down in this business, you know exactly where you're going with it. So we stay a little bit with Ernest to see and make sure that he close off at 56.74 on the CL, and there is no more trades for today. But you know, you have the system, Ernest. You know how to exit yourself. And look at this, Ben. the 30-year Treasury bond going negative with the ES. That tells you this is a very bad news. Folks, again, there is nothing left, really. You know, it has been, yes, sir, exit at 56.82. Call it. Okay, fine. It's been a pleasure serving every one of you. And we'll see you tomorrow. I will try my best to open before 10 o'clock. And we'll take it from there. I want to say God bless you all, and stay out of trouble, guys. Don't dive into this mess today, and see you tomorrow. Bye for now.